Today we have another Mega Evolution game between Mega Lucario EX and Mega Abomasnow EX. I win the coin flip and choose to go second. I start with the Snover and John starts Riolu. He's going to start this game off playing the new Fighting Gong card that searches either a basic fighting Pokemon or a basic fighting energy and adds it to his hand. He's going to get Makuhita and then play down the Drillbur with the Dig 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 ability that discards 3 fighting energy from the deck. That's going to be pretty important to be able to use Aura Jab on the Mega Lucario to attach those later. With that, he's going to pass the turn. I'm going to go ahead and bench another Snover and the Kyogre that has the Riptide attack that puts energy back into the deck and does damage. I attached an energy to the Snover on the bench and pass. John's going to play the Hariyama down, which has the Sumo Catcher ability, which is going to gust up the Snover from the bench that had energy. He's then going to play Ultra Ball to find the Mega Lucario. Right here, he's going to notice that he discarded his only energy to be able to attack, so we're going to let him switch that out, and he discards Premium Power Pro instead. He attaches the fighting energy to Mega Lucario, and then plays Arven to get Air Balloon, and another Fighting Gong to be able to get either a Fighting Energy or a Fighting Basic next turn. He's lining up this Aura Jab attack that's going to allow him to put 3 Fighting Energy on the Hariyama. The Hariyama has an attack that does 210 for 3 energy, while doing some damage to itself. I promote the Kyogre and evolve the Snover and attach energy and the Rigid Band so that it takes 30 less damage from attacks. John's turn, he's going to play the Fighting Gong and get the Lunatone into play. It has the ability that if you have Soul Rock in play, you can discard a Fighting Energy to draw 3 cards. He doesn't have the Soul Rock yet, so I don't have to worry about him drawing. He's going to go Air Balloon to retreat the Lucario that has 2 retreat costs. He attaches an energy to it, but then the Hariyama's going to knock out the Kyogre while doing 70 to itself. I attach energy to the Abomasnow and bench another Kyogre. I'm going to go ahead and use the Avalanche Hammer attack, and I hit 2 energy for 200 damage. I only needed to hit 1 to take this knockout. John's going to promote the Mega Lucario EX, which has 2 energy on it now, I believe. And he's going to play Makuhita to the bench, and he's just going to use the Aura Jab attack to get the 3 energy on Makuhita. Because of the Rigid Band, I only take 100 damage off this attack. I'm going to go ahead and put energy on the Kyogre. And I'm debating whether I should put it on the Mega Abomasnow because that second attack does 200 damage and reduces the damage I take by 30. So I'm considering whether it's worth it. But after doing the math, it seems like he would have to find Premium Power Pro either way. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that Avalanche attack and hope to take the knockout. And I hit the 4 energy that I need to take the knockout. And 3 prize cards since these Mega EXs are giving up 3 prizes. He's going to play the Fighting Gong, which one drawback is it can't find the evolutions, but he's going to be able to find a basic here. He's probably going to go with the Riolo to be able to line up another attack for later on. That Mega Brave does 270 for 2 energy, and Premium Power Pro can power that up and potentially take big knockouts. So there it is. We see him bench the Riolu. And he doesn't have any follow up to that, so that Makuhita's stuck there. I bench a Snover and attach energy and take out the Makuhita that had all the energy with the Avalanche Hammer attack. He promotes Riolu and he's going to play Arven here. I'm down to 1 prize card, so he really needs to get Mega Lucario into the active. I'm not playing any Gust in this Mega Abomasnow deck. It's just take a knockout on whatever's in the active. Try to just hit anything in front of you. And we have the Rigid Band that reduces damage, keeps that Mega Abomasnow alive as long as possible. So here comes the Mega Lucario EX. And he's just going to pass turn. I draw Arven. I'm just going to count up this energy in the discard pile if I need to line up that Riptide attack. I'm going to play Arven to kind of clear out the deck a little bit. That's going to get the Ultra Ball, and then I can play the Ultra Ball to get a Pokemon out of the deck, just to increase my chances of hitting enough energy on the Mega Lucario. I don't have a way to retreat the Mega Abomasnow, so that's why I'm not able to just go Riptide. So I'm going to go ahead and power up the bench one, and I do hit 5 energy to take the knockout in game 1. Game 2, John's going to make me go first, and I've started the Latias EX, and he starts Riolu. With my hand, I have no other play, so I go ahead and pass the turn. He's going to start with Trolley, which is going to really help his board state, and he has the Drillbur in hand, so He's just going to get the Lunatone, Solrock, Makuhita, and another Riolu. And then he can play the Dig 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 Drillbur from hand to discard 3 fighting energy from the deck. We're going to shuffle up, and I don't think he has a supporter that he wants to play, so I believe he's just going to pass the turn here. On my turn, I top deck the Kyogre, so at least I'm going to be able to get another Pokemon in play. And I put the Water Energy and the Turbo Energize on it. Then I'm going to go ahead and play Professor's Research to draw a new hand. I'm just needing to find any Pokemon. So there's Ultra Ball, discarding Water and Research to get the Snover down. And because of the free retreat ability of Latias, I'm going to be able to get into this Turbo Energize and put the 2 energy on the bench Snover. John's going to evolve up into that Mega Lucario. Hariyama's up the Snover with energy, and that Aura Jab attack's going to knock it out and put 3 energy on the Hariyama for later. So I'm going to promote the Latias, and I'm going to go Arven, and we're going to try the same thing. We're going to get Ultra Ball and Turbo Energize here. I've prized the Trolley. So we're going to go ahead and discard some energy, get Snover down, retreat back into the Kyogre, attach the Turbo Energize, and right back into the same play. And he doesn't have a Makuhita to be able to gust this one up. He does play 1 boss, 1 counter catcher. Counter catcher is not live, so he would have to have the boss to be able to take out that Snover. But right here, we're going to see him play Lily's Determination and shuffle, draw 6. It's pretty good for him because he doesn't really want to play Iono, so this is a much better card in this situation. And right here, he's going to finally get to use that Lunatone draw ability to discard the fighting and draw 3 cards. And it looks like he does find the premium power pro he needs to be able to use Aura Jab and take the knockout on the Kyogre that has 150 HP. I promote the Latias and then go into Mega Abomasnow and get the 3rd energy on it before playing Research. That finds me a Kyogre to be able to bench. And here I'm just going to decide between that Frost Barrier and Avalanche. I go straight into the Avalanche Hammer and I do hit 4 energy to take the knockout. We're playing 30 energy in this deck, so with half the deck being energy and then you're searching out Pokemon and trainer cards, you can hit energy left and right. On John's turn, he had promoted the Hariyama and he gets another Mega Lucario down, which is pretty risky when I just took 3 prizes on the first one. I don't have Rigid Band in play, so this Hariyama can smack for 210 right now. He's considering his options here. He's going to play down. He's considering the Artisan. He doesn't want to play it because even though he wants to get down another Makuhita, he doesn't want to give me ability to get another Snover or Kyogre into play. I go ahead and draw. I drew Snover off the prize card, so the Artisan wouldn't have been too much. So I'm going to play Explorer's Guidance. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck. Keep 2 of the cards and discard the rest. So there was 4 more energy going to the discard pile. And right here, we're going to see that I accidentally play a second supporter. I'm just playing the Arven just to check out the contents of the deck, but that should not have been allowed. And we'll go ahead and put Rigid Band onto the Snover. I actually failed the Arven even. It was just looking at the deck. I go ahead and use Frost Barrier to knock out the Hariyama. Then he promotes the Mega Lucario. So here he's going to play the Artisan, and he's going to get the Makuhita down, but it's a little late since he's not going to be able to use that Gust ability this turn. He's going to use the Lunar Cycle, but then he realizes he didn't have a fighting energy to discard, so we just put the cards back. And he's going to take the knockout on the Mega Abomasnow with the Aura Jab attack because he had the premium power probe. But I promote the Kyogre, count up the energy, and it's enough for the knockout. Because of the little Arven mistake, we decided to go ahead and play a 3rd game. And I'm going to start with Kyogre, Snover, and he starts Solrock and benches a Makuhita, and here's that Dig 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 Drillbur. He's really good at drawing that. Which even if you don't, that's the nice thing about the Fighting Gong is that it adds it to hand instead of benching it like a nest ball, so you are able to take full advantage of that Drillbur in this deck. Here's that Lily's Determination, shuffle, draw 8 since he's at 6 prize cards. And on that last card's going to be that Trolley to be able to get him down exactly what he needs. So here comes the Riolu and the Lunatone, and he benches another Makuhita from hand. The 3rd Makuhita here was prized, so that's why it came down from hand. We're going to see that lunar cycle ability, and he's going to go ahead and play the fighting gong to get fighting energy into hand since he already has all the fighting Pokemon he needs. And he's going to attach to that Soul Rock that has the Cosmo Beam attack for 70 damage if you have a Lunatone on the bench. Pretty good attack for just one energy. So I'm going to evolve into the Mega Abomasnow and attach Water and Turbo Energize to the Kyogre and power up that Abomasnow up to 3 energy now. John's turn, he's going to play the Ultra Ball. He discards Iono and the Brave Bangle. The Brave Bangle just doesn't do enough damage with the Hariyama in this deck on the Mega Abomasnow to really matter. He's going to go ahead and get into the Mega Lucario. Premium Power Pro is going to be enough for him to knock out the Kyogre. I promote the Mega Abomasnow, and I put a 4th energy onto it. That way, if it is knocked out, I'm getting more energy in the discard pile for the Kyogre, and it can now be retreated because it has 4 retreat costs. I'm just going to use that Frost Barrier attack to take the knockout and reduce the damage. Between that 30 reduction and the Rigid Band, I'm taking 60 less damage this turn. And here John's going to play the Fighting Gong, and he gets the Soul Rock back in play. He's playing the 2-2 on the Soul Rock Lunatone engine, so that's going to be his last Soul Rock. And here he's going to play Arven. That's going to help him find Night Stretcher to be able to get a fighting energy back. He's playing 8 fighting energy and 2 reversal. From playing with the lunar cycle, it might be worth playing even more fighting to have consistency in using that ability plus attaching for turn. So here he's going to use the Aura Jab, which is only going to do 70 after the 60 reduction. And he puts all the energy on the Makuhita. So I'm going to bench the Latias. And here I'm considering between the Avalanche and the Frost Barrier, but I'm feeling like I just want to mill some cards for a Kyogre later. So, and I have a chance of taking the knockout versus guaranteed, you know, having to 2-hit. So I do it, and I only see 2 energy, so it ends up only doing 200 damage anyways, but I'm only going to have 30 reduction now from the Rigid Band. And he's going to go ahead and get the 2nd energy. So the Mega Brave 270 still isn't going to be enough as it's reduced to 240. So he would need 2 Premium Power Pros here, but he just doesn't have it. So we're up to 310 damage on this Mega Abomasnow. I attach another energy, the same thought as earlier, just when it's knocked out, getting as much energy in the discard as possible. And once again, I'm thinking about that Frost Brave attack, how it's gonna, or Frost Barrier attack, how it's gonna line up with his other things. And what I've found is that if I use it, the Soul Rock will not do enough damage to knock it out without a Premium Power Pro. So he would have to find Fighting Energy and Premium Power Pro to take this knockout with the Soul Rock. So he's going to see if he can piece all that together or not. He's taking a look at his discard pile. He finds the Night Stretcher, so that's going to be the energy that he needs to make the play. But he doesn't have the Premium Power Pro, and he doesn't have Arven to be able to find it. So I'm going to take a look at his hand and make sure there's no other possibilities that he's missing. So we like to do that when we're practicing, just ask the other if we see anything that the other player doesn't. And we conclude there's really no other play to go with, so he's only going to be able to do 10 damage with the Soul Rock. On my turn, I'm going to play Ultra Ball, getting a Kyogre, discarding more water energy. That Kyogre is a huge late game attacker in this deck. Then I'm going to play Arven, getting another Ultra Ball. I consider the Trolley, but the Ultra Ball just thinning the deck and discarding the hand is just so good. So that discards one Kyogre and a water energy, and gets another Kyogre, and I have 2 Kyogres in hand now. So I'm going to be able to bench both of those and attach water energy, the last card in my hand, to one of them. And with that, I just knock out this Soul Rock, and John is already through both of his Night Stretchers, so there's going to be no more Soul Rock this game, which cuts off the Lunatone ability also. So I'm just doing the math to make sure that the Frost Barrier is the right attack to go with. I'm checking what Riptide can do, and I decide that Avalanche Barrier is just better. Since it's going to put me on 1 prize card, the Riptide attack would take a knockout on pretty much anything at this point. So he draws his last card, and since he didn't have Riolu in play, there's no way for him to get into Mega Lucario. So we're just checking, once again, just looking at the hand, make sure there's no other possibilities before he concedes this game. We look through everything, discard, hand. There's just nothing here. He would have needed to have Riolu in play already, gotten into Mega Lucario to be able to stop. But even at that, I think the Kyogre, I would have been able to retreat the Mega Abomasnow and take the knockout anyways. But we definitely love both these decks. John loves this Mega Lucario deck. The Mega Abomasnow deck's a lot of fun. While they might not be meta, they're both going to be really fun decks when they come out.